Oh, here's something good. Tatiana Maslany, who rules, joined a protest in New Orleans today to oppose the U.S.-Israeli attacks on Iran. I will say once again that if you are a person who says, I don't care about politics, I'm not paying attention to politics, I am apolitical, I don't know what's going on, honestly, fuck you. This is something that you believe you can separate yourself from. Because one, you do not think that this has any impact on your life. It does. Remember, you might not care about politics, but politics cares about you. And two, because you are in some position of privilege. You know, it's not just rich people who say like, oh, I'm not paying attention. It's people who are not necessarily rich, but are still in a position where they look at say Cuba, Iran, Gaza, and think, well, this has nothing to do with my life. And because bombs aren't being dropped on your house, on your school, on your business, on your neighbors, then there is no need to reckon with the fact that this is happening. That the reality for so many people is that they do not get to check out. They do not get to say, I don't care about politics. I have, I got nothing to do with that over there, because their lives are dictated by politics, by U.S. politicians who want Americans to be checked out, to be apolitical, to think that this does not affect them. It's because politics doesn't affect some people negatively, so they don't want to be annoyed with other people's suffering, basically. And I do not, for the millionth time, they don't understand their tax dollars are funding that shit. It's like, even if they do, even if they hear that and go, like, they recognize that these are their tax dollars, they just still think that it's not having an effect on their life. Not one that they can perceive. They don't give a fuck. Yeah. And for the millionth time, not everybody needs to be a professional political commentator. Not everyone needs to like dedicate their lives to, I don't know, talking about policy or whatever else. But people need to, on the basis of being a human being, fucking stand for something. Stand for something. You are not living in a separate world here. We are all living in the same world. And who are you if you don't stand for anything? If none of this shit matters to you, you don't need to go be a policy expert, okay? You don't need to go then suddenly dedicate hours to, posting online, expressing the details on every single thing that is happening, but stand for something, and may that something be humanity. May that something be the people of this world who are subjected to the nonstop oppression, violations, uh, pillaging of the most powerful nation on this planet. And especially as an American, do you understand that people around this world have to know what is happening in American politics because of the direct impact it has on their lives that they cannot ignore? That their leaders are being kidnapped, that they are suffering from sanctions, that they are being bombed, or they will be. It's just a matter of if Israel or the U.S. sets their sights on them next. You don't have to have a take on everything, but have some thoughts about war. Like, please understand that you remaining silent and pretending as if you don't have to give a fuck about anything, that's complicity. That is what the powers that be are reliant upon, because they know that there is a lot of dissent. They saw the global protests around what Israel does and continues to do. They saw that and it scared them. And so they are resting their everything on believing that there are still enough people who will be apathetic, who will not care, who will maybe go, shit sucks, but that's just how it goes, have no imagination whatsoever that things don't have to be this way. And there are a lot of people who think, especially here in the US, that all that matters is I get mine and you get yours, maybe. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? That this world does not operate, does not, that the connection we all have with one another on this planet is something to not fight for, to not care about. And it's just all about individualism. It's all about, well, that guy's doing that, so why do I have to do this? And no one can force you otherwise. But I will say that you are failing. You are failing as a human being. And when you get to the end, as we all will, because death comes for all of us. Sorry, Brian Johnson, but you as well. Your life and the amount of money that you made, the things that you had, that doesn't matter. You can't take it with you. As the play goes, you cannot take it with you. Memento mori. It is, you will be dust in the wind, and what will be left behind are the, are the people who you had an impact on, whose lives you bettered or worsened, or did nothing for at all, because you don't care about anyone but yourself, because you stand for nothing but your own self and whatever benefits you. And that's what I got to say. You are nothing at the end unless really, I mean, and the other part of that too is leaving this world a better place. You know how it's like when you are a visitor on when you are visiting, like you're not just going to make a mess. The whole idea is like you go and I don't know, you leave it better than you found it before. And we should all feel that way towards this world that we are temporarily visitors on. This is not just our planet. It is those who come after us as well. God from Fault, thank you for the 10 gifteds, and I hope my words got through to you. Thank you. Sigfin Mel, thank you for the 7 months. Snoop's Corner, thank you for the prime. Hogan, thank you for the gifted. Okay, I think I'm done. I will do some Resident Evil Requiem because I would like to lose myself in some gaming. And I hope that I hope that people will respect that I would like to do some gaming now. We just spent 2 hours talking about the latest shit and giving our thoughts and our feelings on it. And so if that is something that you want to continue doing, please go check out another streamer who's still covering the news. There are plenty of them. Maple Takes, I know, is covering it right now. So go do that. But also, like, take a break, take a break. You have to care for your body, mind, and soul. And I think a lot of people have probably been glued to the news all day and have felt never-ending rage and sadness. And that makes you a human being. That is your humanity speaking to you. Okay. It's no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. So just remember that you feeling that way is a reminder that you still have your humanity. And as always, I don't like to leave us feeling in total doom and gloom. And that's why I remind us that the fight is always worth fighting. The fight is always, always worth fighting. And it is the only option. There is no other option. We don't check out. We don't give up. There are better and brighter days ahead, even when the darkness seems total. Community is always key. That will keep you sane, that will keep you organized, that will keep you motivated. And also, just as I said, taking moments to recharge. Taking moments to recharge. You cannot get burnt out. It's very easy these days to get burnt out. So do what you must to not be burnt out, and know too that there are a lot of good people out there. Do not base your understanding on people who comment, people who are in the comments on Twitter. Okay. Don't take those freaks as representative of the whole. There are so many good people out there who care. That's why you do have to get out there. You do need to go, go to a meeting, go to a protest, go Hold on a second. I'm almost done.
What else?
I'm almost done. I got you a cookie.
Okay, I'm gonna walk farther.
Okay. You can have one. As I was saying, yeah. So make sure that you are doing those things. Okay? Make sure that you are doing what needs to be done so that you don't fall down the doom hole, that you do not succumb to the darkness, and we just keep going.